Hi there and welcome to the Barbara Young channel and welcome to my Friday Sews. First of all, I'd just like to say thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Friday Sews. So what have I been up to this week? Well, let's start with a shirt. Now last week I made a shirt, which is actually this one, which is the New Look 6941. And I did say that I had hoped to get 2 shirts made out of the 5 pillowcases that I'd bought, and I didn't chance to. So last week you only had 1 shirt, but I have finished the second shirt now. Here it is, the second shirt. So what I'll do is I'll quickly pop this on. I'll have a quick look at it because it is basically the same as this one, but with a pattern. And here we are. The other shirt, the second shirt that I didn't manage to get done last week. As you can see, this one is the pattern side of the pillowcases, and it's got these birds on. That's all I'm going to say, birds. I'm going to try and describe what type of birds they are because I'm really just not sure. So yeah, I think it's come out very nice. I seem to be getting quite good at this pattern actually, as I've made it quite a few times now. As you can see, it's a slightly different colour blue from what is effectively the back of the pillowcases, but yeah, I think that's come out quite nice, that being the plain one. Honestly, yeah, there we go, looking very good. And it fits well, fits fine. It's the same as that one, and yeah, I really do like it. It's a really nice pattern and actually comes together very easy, really. Well, once you get used to it, it's not a difficult pattern at all. So next up is something that I'm working on, a little side project as it were, at sort of come along. I've got this skirt, this one. Sorry about the clash with the colour, this is just how it is. I've got this brown skirt which was a ready to wear that I bought quite a long time ago, and it's really quite a nice one. It sits up quite high on the waist. It's got this waistband sash thing that just ties on the side, and it has got a side zip in there so I can get it on and off. Now I bought this skirt twice actually. I got it 2 times because I liked it so much. Now the thing with it is that this one is okay, but the other skirt was starting to get a bit worn out. Perhaps I hadn't rotated them round, or just found that I'd worn one more than the other, but it was getting a little worn, and I thought, well, I like this skirt, I like the way it sits and I like wearing it, but I'm obviously not going to get it again because it's from a high street store where obviously they have their seasons. And as I bought this years ago, I bought both of them years ago, I thought, well, I can sew. Why don't I try copying it? Why don't I try remaking that other skirt? And because I got 2 of them, I'll still have one, and I'll have one that I can take apart and have a look at. So that's what I've started doing, taking it apart. So I've got some pieces here. Now this one, when I look at this, it's got panels on it. So let me just show you the one that I've already started taking it apart. What we have effectively is a side panel and a front panel. So you've got one front and one back. So the front and back are exactly the same. So they've just mirrored it, front and back, same piece, which is probably cut on the fold. And then the side pieces, which are effectively a number of pieces to form this rounded area. You've got a small bit here, it's one small bit, and then another piece that gives it that rounded part, and then another 2 pieces to form the centre bit, and then you actually have a pocket, a patch pocket on the side there, and then you mirror that again on this side, and then you just do the same over here. So effectively, if I was to work this out properly, just grab the bits, don't need the pockets. What I need is one centerpiece, which is that bit, effectively a long centerpiece. And if that is folded in half like I've done and cut on the fold, that'd be one piece, and I'd cut that twice. And then there's the side bit, which is this shape. It's got this almost like half a bell shape. There's a little bit of shaping in here. And then this, and because it's several panels, instead of cutting several panels, I would cut it as one whole piece. So I can have one piece cut 4 times, will make both sides. So actually it's really quite simple, hopefully, because there isn't that many pieces to it. 2 different shapes, one cut 4 times, one cut twice, and then hopefully all I need after that is a waistband, which is this, this is actually 2 pieces together, cut twice, so I've got an inner and outer waistband, and that is about it. So as you can see, this skirt construction, once you take out all the little bits of panels and just look at the basic full panels, I've got one for front and back, and effectively one piece that's cut 4 times to make the side section, and then just some pockets and a waistband, and that's it. So I'm going to try and copy that. I've only taken it apart so far, so I've yet to actually trace it out and make my actual pattern, but that's started. I've started doing that. I just had it the other day, and I was ironing that one, and I thought it's a bit rough looking, so yeah, let's take it apart and let's remake it if I can, because I don't think it's going to be that hard, really. Hopefully, famous last words as it were, not going to be that hard, you know, 3 or 4 weeks later, and I still probably haven't done it, but I'll give it a go anyway. So yeah, that's a current project that hopefully shouldn't take too long. Now the next thing I've got to show you is actually a couple of needles. Let me just show them to you. Now they look maybe a little odd. Those people who may have had a go at this particular craft will probably recognise these, but I imagine most people will be like, they don't look familiar. What these are needles for a craft called Nalbinding, or Nalbinding, which basically means needle binding. Now I've got 2 here, this white one and this a longer black one. Now I bought these, yes, off Tinternet, and you can get quite a lot of these are made of wood, some are made of plastic. Now these ones that I bought took a little bit of time to get to me, because supposedly this one is bone and this one is horn. From sustainable sources, according to the information, partly because if these weren't from sustainable sources, then obviously they would be illegal and they would get taken away and probably would never have made it to me. So I am taking it that being able to have bought them, that they are from, as it were, ordinary sources. Now I know some people will be like, well, if it's bone or horn, that's from an animal, so they may not be happy about that, but you can get wooden ones if that's not your thing, and obviously wood is sustainable, but traditionally bone needles were used for this particular craft. And what it is, it's a craft that's mainly in the Nordic countries, you know, Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Finland. I think there was a revival in Finland, apparently, from what I can make out. The little bit of research I've done, I mean, no way an authoritative person on this. I have literally just scratched the surface, having a look at what it is and what it's about. And I thought, yeah, that looks quite interesting. And basically you have some yarn and a needle, that's all you need, and your hand, and you use your thumb as a gauge to actually do this sort of strange sort of knotting weave that you do to create some items. And it mainly seems to be used for small items such as maybe mittens or socks or a hat or something. You know, it's not for like big garments like you'd have with knitting or something. And I suppose even with crochet, but it's considered to be akin to crocheting, but it's probably a lot older than crocheting. Again, I don't know the history of it. I haven't really researched that as yet. I'm just basically having a look at what the craft is. Now I'm just going to insert a little picture. Now on this picture you can see 4 little strips, as it were, of work, and starting from the top, that was sort of like my first effort, and then coming down I've got a bit better with tension. It starts to actually look like something sensible as I've got to the 4th one, but apparently this is the sort of thing, you don't make a strip. What you do is you're going to work this into a round item, so you work round in the circle, so you're working in the round to create a garment. So I've yet to get that far, but anyway, as you can see, I'm progressing slowly, I suppose, to get there. This needle I prefer. This one's a bit too long, this black needle, which I presume is the going to be of horn, and I imagine that this is probably going to be bone of some sort. This one feels a lot more comfortable in the hand. You can get ones that are a lot shorter than this, and I suppose if you were to do it in wood, like a hardwood or something, and make your own, you know, you could make it as long or as wide or as thick as you liked, you know, however it's going to fit best in your hand if you make your own. But yeah, so that's another craft I'm going to be having a go at. Now, I never heard of this craft until I actually saw it on another YouTube. It's actually from a YouTube channel called Shannon Makes, and I thought, well, that looks quite interesting. I might as well give it a go. There you go. So another craft to have a go at, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to master. Probably a long time, but I will keep having a go with some yarn. Now, this yarn that I've been testing it with is actually ordinary acrylic knitting yarn, completely and utterly the wrong type of stuff apparently for doing this needle binding. What I need is a proper wool yarn of the right sort of gauge, and that works for that particular process. So that can go because it's not going to be of any good to me, so I will have to hunt down some of the proper yarn, some proper wool for it, so I can actually start to really feel how this craft works. So there we go. That's something else I've been doing this week. So that is it. That was my week. Not a lot, I suppose. One shirt, one take it apart project, a bit of Nalbinding, needle binding as you call it, a little bit of practice there. That's what I got up to. Nothing else really to say about. So there you go. So if you like this video, please do give it a like, subscribe, that way you'll always get notification of when my videos come out. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's always nice to read what you're doing, what you're up to, what you have been up to, what you're planning. And if you want to talk between yourselves in the comments, please do, because that's why we're here, to make that connection and, you know, get together, as it were. You know, even if it is just through our comments, that's a really nice thing of being able to make that connection, isn't it? So I think it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.
Bye.